good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. And today we are back with another discussion video. This time around, we are going to be talking about how I became a vocalist. And I can't believe I haven't talked about this, like, at all, in the slightest. I might have talked about it, like, on Echo Identity, which is my artist account. If you guys don't know, I do have a project called Echo Identity, and it's really cool. I've only put out 2 songs, looking to put out a third at some point within the next month or so. But yeah, I've never talked about my journey of becoming a vocalist, and I wanted to discuss this in full for those who are interested, because it's taken a while, and I think at this point I sound as good as I am going to get. So without further ado, we're just going to jump into it. I want to start by talking about where I got my inspiration for trying to perform vocals. And I swear to God, this started in like elementary school. I think it was 4th grade, because I remember it was these 2 friends I had in 4th grade. They wanted to perform in choir, and I got one dude was breakdancing. This is it's cringe to talk about this, but like, you kind of have to talk about your early starts when you become a vocalist. So I remember I was trying to sing at that age in front of the whole choir class, in choir and music. And I had this friend named Mo. He was breakdancing while this was happening, and it was the silliest thing, and I remember it to this day. And then the other friend I had chickened out, and we had to do it by ourselves. We were so confident. We were, man, if I had that confidence now, holy, I'd be killing it. But that was like my first time doing anything with like music, like trying to perform vocally. But obviously at that age, like, you don't know your range. But then I actually took choir in I believe in 6th grade, and so it's like 2 years later. I tried choir, and the teacher actually told me my range, and I'm pretty sure I am like a D or B something. Like, it's like in the middle. Like, my voice is very like middle range. Like, I can't remember what she said, but like, if I were to look up, hold on real quick, because I want to be accurate with what I'm saying. Let me open a new tab here. All vocal ranges chart. Is there a chart? So I am like a bass, lowest male. So yeah, so I'm a bass in terms of like, but I want to look at the chart. There's an actual chart. So I think the teacher said I am like no, she said I was a baritone. That's right. I was a baritone. That is more accurate to my, so like, there's like I don't know if I can show this. You can't see. Hold on. We're gonna go back to full cam just so you guys can see this. If it's not, dude, that's not showing at all. There it goes. So like, that green line at the top there, second one down, that's the range I'm at. So I am a baritone. And I think like learning my vocal range early in my age, like early in like being a vocalist, like that early, helped so much. And because of that, I was able to know what my range was. That was so early though. That was like middle school, 6th grade. And I remember I chickened out on this because like, there was a song, I think it was by Jason Derulo, that was trying to, I think it was The Other Side, but I could be wrong about that. I was trying, like, I asked the teacher if I could sing it, and I chickened out. I had stage fright. That was like the first time I had stage fright too, which was interesting. And I'm trying to, like, I would always like sing in the car when learning how to do vocals. Like, I always knew that I had like a talent for singing because I would do it all the time. And like, I don't know, like, I know when I started to like fully get into it, because it wasn't high school. I think like when I entered high school, I was just like, like, I don't know. I think I remember in middle school too. I did like a cover of some song on, like, I uploaded it to like Facebook or something. I think it's gone now, but like, no. So I'm trying to think, because when I entered high school, that's when I took a complete break from like doing any sort of singing. Maybe I did it in the car sometimes, but like, I don't know. I'm more focused on like school, content creation, all that sort of stuff. Because my high school didn't have a choir, didn't have any, like, barely any extracurricular activities. I probably should have gone to a different high school if I wanted to pursue choir, but I didn't. And I do remember being in choir in 6th grade. I did get to perform, but I had to be lower. Like, it was a group performance, so it didn't really feel like I was doing much. But like, fast forwarding, I think to, it was end of 2020 when I swear, like, end of 2020 was when, like, I think when I was at my lowest, not my lowest point, but like where I felt like I needed purpose, you know, if that makes sense. And I actually, so I started playing a game because I was still playing PC games at the time on Steam. I started playing a game called VR Chat, and I think a lot of people know what VR Chat is. Like, if you know what it is, like, it was kind of like this, I don't know. I probably should look into like trying VR Chat again, just because, to like interact with people or be social. But like, VR Chat, I feel like, is the most social video game out there. It's so interesting how social you can be on there, and it's crazy. Like, it's basically a social game, and you're literally just chatting with people in different rooms. But the reason I bring up VR Chat is because that is when I started doing vocals again. And it's also where I started to learn my range again, learning like how to do breath control. I spent so much time in 2021 doing VR Chat, like doing vocals, doing covers of songs that I was into at the time. And at that same time, I was also listening to new music, learning about metalcore, you know, learning all the new music. It was so interesting to me that, like, that was the point where I was like, I'm gonna do some vocals. But that was also at the time, so after 2021, I think like probably around September, somewhere around there, or it might have been November or December or whatever. Point being is, I made a decision to start working on music. And I didn't start writing and recording music. I didn't start writing music until, like, I would say 2022, 2023. And then 2024 was when I really started to finish everything. But writing took a long time because I was constantly trying to, like, dig through my thoughts, trying to make songs. I basically wrote a bunch of songs on my phone. I wrote a bunch of songs on my phone in notes, and eventually, like, sent them to my email, threw them in my actual notepad, and now I have 3 albums written that I still haven't. I put out 2 songs this year, and making music is harder than it looks, for sure. But like, I've now found my vocal range not only through doing all that, but also just by practicing. Practice makes perfect. Like, I've learned how to do, like, I've learned how to do like flutters in my voice. I don't know what to call it. Like I've just learned how to do more with my vocals than I did before, and I think VR chat was a huge help with that. Part of me wants to go on VR chat again just to socialize. I mean, you know, why not? It got me to where I am today, so might as well just give it, you know, pay some homage, you know. But nah, man, I've learning to sing. I think was such a huge thing for me because if I hadn't, I probably wouldn't have tried to sing or knowing I could sing. But I think it's pretty impressive that like I've gotten this far, and I mean, who knows? I could have a bunch of songs out next year. I think that would be really cool. That's probably gonna be my big focus next year is like recording more, putting more songs out, putting out an album would be really cool. Because I mean, everything's written; it just needs to be recorded and produced. You know, that's pretty much it. But like, super cool to take on something that isn't about video games, that isn't about doing content. It's just about putting out songs that mean a lot to me. I think that's really cool. But yeah, I thought I'd share like how I became a vocalist. I mean, if you listen, I think becoming a vocalist, I think you need to like if you're just trying to do it outside of school, I just would watch YouTube videos on how to sing at this point because like I think you need to start early in school. I think starting early, learning your voice is important because it's funny. I took a break in high school and then came back years later figuring out how I could sing and what I could sing, you know? I think that's the most important thing is learning your limits and learning what your range is. Obviously having an actual vocal instructor helps, but breath control is also important too, and even talking is a huge part of doing vocals, you know? Like, if you can talk as fast as you can sing, I think you have good breath control. But, I mean, I'm not a vocalist instructor. I can't teach you how to sing. But I can, there is someone, like, at my work that, like, he can sing, but there's another person that I can tell that they have no vocal training. Like, they are just completely off key. It's just, like, and I tell him that, but he doesn't take the criticism like he should. He should be taking it with like with I don't know, take it with a grain of salt. Like I'm telling you, you need like he sings out of key. I don't know. It's like it's kind of frustrating when someone takes it to heart. Like, come on, I'm telling you, you're not doing a good job and you're not listening. But I don't know. I do try my best. I don't think I'm the greatest vocalist out there. There's definitely some better than me. I think I'm like an average vocalist. I know I can sing. I just can't sing like beyond my limits. But I don't know. I thought I'd talk about this because I think it's super interesting to discuss. And yeah, I don't know. I love singing. I'm gonna continue to sing until my lungs give out. But yeah, anywho, that's gonna be the video for today. But thank you guys for watching, hanging out. I appreciate it a ton. I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, goodbye.